May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
sir.
Aditya Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya, tell us something about yourself.
Sir, basically I'm from Bihar, where I did my studies till class 10th in boys boarding school. And thereafter I came to Delhi for my class 12th and then to Manipal, Karnataka for my civil engineering. And thereafter I came to Delhi for my preparation of civil services. Recently I qualified for the CAPF examination this year. And CAPF, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And sir, my hobbies include playing and watching football, and apart from that, I now and then change my interest. For example, right now it's playing badminton.
Okay. Now, CAPF, have you joined or you are still awaiting result?
So the result has been declared and I was allocated CISF, but the training schedule has not been given us to.
So you intend joining?
Sir, my first priority would be to join the IAS, sir.
Okay. When are you required to join CISF?
Sir, there has been no date given, sir.
No date so far.
No,
But
sir.
result has come
Yes, sir.
and you have succeeded.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll start with Dr. Sinha.
Okay, Aditya, where in boarding school you studied?
Sir, Purnia, Vidya Vihar Residential School.
Vidya Vihar Residential School, okay. And you also like playing and watching football.
Yes, sir.
Did you see the Copa American football tournament recently?
Sir, just the final match because
you saw
it
the
was.
final match. Okay. So, did anything interest you? What was good about it?
Sir, the thing I found interesting was that Argentine team, even the Brazilian team, weren't dependent on their main players. Rather, another player, that is Angel Di Maria, scored the goal. And both Lionel Messi and Neymar were not a major part of the match. Rather, the whole team played very good, sir.
Which team played better according to you? Result, keep it aside.
Sir, I think for the first 30 minutes, Argentina were playing well, but then Brazil tried to score very hardly but could not.
And who got the best player award?
So for the match is Di Maria, but for the whole tournament, it's Messi, sir.
And who got the Golden Boot award?
Sir, highest scorer was Messi and highest assist also, it was him.
Okay. Okay. Good. You have watched it carefully. But you tell me, is it right for Brazil to organize this tournament in times of pandemic when, you know, Brazil is one of the highest death?
Sir, there was many protests there also, sir, against the organization.
What's your opinion?
Sir, Brazil took all the necessary initiatives, like they regulated a number of people fans in the stadium, sir. But in my opinion, it could have been postponed. The matches could have been postponed for at least when the vaccination drive was successful. And
so, what do you think is the reason why, you know, everyone knows Brazil's condition today, but still they agreed to it, and you know, they agreed to it at a very short notice, a week or so. Why?
Sir, partly due to the leadership's non-agreement to the fact that Corona is that at a very serious stage in that country. Because if they would have postponed it, that would be an indirect acceptance of the Corona situation.
Brazil was not supposed to hold this tournament.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
Who was supposed to hold this tournament?
Sir, sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall the name of the country, sir.
Okay. Chile was supposed to hold it.
Sorry, sir. Yes.
So, what is the reason why Brazil held it?
So, because all the country were not agreeing to hold the tournament, sir. And Brazil at the last moment agreed to hold it, sir. Because the president there is of the view that Corona pandemic is about to end and they would be able to hold it. And because such tournament would provide a good source of revenue and employment in the country.
Okay. You're from Bihar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you tell me, recently Niti Aayog did some indexing on sustainable development goal. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
What was Bihar's position?
Sir, I do not recall the.
It was last. And as a person from Bihar, Muzaffarpur, are you concerned Does it, you feel concerned about it?
Sir, there is a concern about the.
No, are you concerned?
Sir, I am concerned, but at the same time, I am optimistic about the situation of Bihar because in the recent time, we have seen many positive steps being taken on all the grounds for the improvement of Bihar, sir. Be it the issue of women empowerment or be it the issue of nutrition or child development. There have been positive steps, sir. So I am concerned, but at the
Okay.
same time optimistic.
Okay, I'll come to that later. But let's look at this sustainable development goal. You know, what are the key factors on which these are taken into account?
Sir, I do not know the exact indicator, sir. Sorry, sir.
So you're talking about women empowerment, on the issue of women empowerment, poverty, infrastructure, climate issues. Bihar was last on all of these. So what progress have they made?
Sir, due to the very high population that Bihar has, it might take a certain time for the results to show, sir. So that
How
might.
long? How long? Bihar is not a state which came into being in 2000. That was Jharkhand, na? 2001. Bihar is there for a long time. How long? Okay, you tell me what ails Bihar, or what ails Bihar's development?
Sir, one of the major problem Bihar faces right now is its over dependence on agriculture. Around sir, 80% of the population lives in rural areas, a majority of which are involved in agriculture. Sir, but the agriculture, there is subsistence agriculture, not commercial, that has led to not a very good increase in their income, and as a result of that, the nutrition level, the education level has suffered, sir. So the solution to that might be making the agriculture commercial, and at the same time helping people move away from sustenance agriculture and even agriculture towards service or manufacturing sector. So sir, building up industries or promoting a service sector would be a good way to do that, sir.
Okay, tell me briefly, what are the key economic challenges for Bihar? Just briefly, without elaborating.
Sir, the first would be the non-profit nature of agriculture. Second would be, sir, industries have not been developed in that area due to certain reasons. Third would be, sir, the service sector that has been developed is mostly the small shopkeepers or small industries rather than big IT firms or big industries, sir. Fourthly, sir, the issue of resources. We do not have natural resources, rather we have land resource, that is agriculture. So that is a boon too, but also a problem, sir. Sir, that is what
Anything
I can.
else? What about infrastructure? What about law and order problem? What about social issues which are linked to caste problem? No, these are not issues.
Sir, these are the issue, but yeah, from the economic point of view, I could not recall that time, so sorry, sir.
Okay. Let's come to another. You are from Kushinagar. Your father is from Kushinagar.
Yes, sir.
Hmm? So Kushinagar is linked to Lord Buddha.
Yes, sir.
Nepal also claims Lord Buddha now, and there is a controversy between India and Nepal. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir.
Tell us, what is the controversy?
Sir, Nepal in the recent times have tried to claim that Lord Buddha was born there, and even the entire life
Born where?
in the area of Nepal, sir. But
Where?
Sir, may I take a moment, sir? I'll have to. So sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it.
Lumbini.
Yes, sorry, sir, Lumbini. Yes.
Okay.
So, sir, it is a part of that government's new anti-India tirade that it has used to gather vote, the government in Nepal, sir. So it is claiming, even now it claimed that yoga is from Nepal only. So that has been a recent trend in the government of Nepal, sir.
So what is wrong? He was born in Nepal, Lumbini, which is now present. So what is wrong with this claim?
Sir, there is nothing wrong in claiming, but the reason, it has to be factually supported, and the fact that, sir, such claims.
It's factually supported.
Yes, sir.
Lumbini is in Nepal.
Yes, sir.
So it's factually supported.
Sir, apart from that, he claimed that the life of Buddha was mostly spent in Nepal and neighboring areas, sir. And such claims would be helpful in their promoting their tourism and maybe taking it away from India, so that it may have consequences in that area.
No,
sir.
but don't you think the real problem is that Buddha is a shared heritage for both India and Nepal? Just being born there or attaining nirvana in Bodh Gaya, it doesn't matter. They are shared heritage, you know. Okay. How do you assess the present political crisis in Nepal? Some recent developments have taken place. Tell us two key developments that have taken place.
Sir, the first key development would be the Prime Minister of Nepal, along with the President, has dissolved the parliament twice in the last 6-7 months, sir. And the second development has developed today only, sir, where Supreme Court of Nepal ruled that it was unconstitutional and it gave the power to the opposition leader and held that the dissolution of parliament was unconstitutional.
And so, what has happened?
So the erstwhile opposition is now in power of Nepal, sir.
Opposition is in power.
Yes, sir. The
Okay.
opposition
Who
that
is in power? Who is the new leader? Who is there some appointment taken place?
Yes, sir. I do not recall the name. I recall the name surname Devbua, sir.
Deva,
Mr.
Sher
Devbua,
Bahadur
sir.
Deva.
Sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, how do these kind of political crises, which have been recurrent over the last couple of years, impact India?
Sir, such developments impact negatively because the constant change is in the government, or even, sir, to win the votes of the local people, such politicians tend to give anti-India tirades, sir. For example, the Kala Pani dispute or taking up the Buddha issue or yoga issue. It affects the relationship with India negatively, sir. So, and the instability in government also leads to instability in policy of Nepal with respect to India.
Any other?
So sorry, sir, I'm unable to think of any.
Something to do with China? Does it impact?
Yes, sir. For example, in the recent time, while India chose to keep away from the infight between the factions of the political parties there, China got more involved, and it was trying to bring both the factions together, and in that way interfering with the politics of Nepal more than India, sir.
Any problem related to the porous border?
Sir, India has, especially UP and Bihar have porous border that leads to problems such as smuggling or illegal migration from Nepal and India, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya,
Yes, sir.
you are a civil engineer by qualification.
Yes, sir.
Your father is in the railways.
Yes, sir.
He is also a civil engineer.
Yes, sir.
All right. What are your views on privatization of railways?
Sir, we have seen that due to very low tariff rates for passengers, railway has not been able to develop its infrastructure as it should have been. So that's where privatization comes, where it comes along with revenue and the scope for improving the infrastructure of railways. But at the same time, we should be cautious about fully privatizing railway, because the main aim was railway was to provide a cheap transportation medium where in a country like India where there is a high poverty, sir. So yes, sir, privatization is a good step, but it should be cautious.
So are the railways in India being privatized, or is the Indian government going for privatization? In what manner are they doing it?
Sir, for example, a recent proposal has been there to allow around 120-130 trains, private trains, to be run on Indian tracks by 2024. Similarly, sir, we are developing railway stations through private partnerships, sir.
Okay. Now, bullet train, you have heard of the bullet train project?
Yes, sir.
Do you think it is justified, or is it economically viable?
Sir, the route which was chosen for the bullet train, the economic viability is can be supported there, because the route was in between between Maharashtra and Gujarat, sir, where the travel are done by businessmen who can afford such travel, sir. But on other routes, it would be more
Other routes we have not introduced.
Yes, sir.
bullet train. Okay, but how is it being financed, bullet train?
Sir, I'm unable to recall the exact finance mechanism, sir.
No, because financing would determine the economic viability. You have said very confidently it is viable, so do you not know how it is being financed?
Sir, I'm not sure, sir. Can I
Okay.
take a guess,
Yes,
sir?
yes.
It was being financed by Japan for a few times, and after a while, it would be handed over to the Indian government.
So you mean Japan will hold it for some time?
Sir, I do not recall the exact arrangement, sir. Sorry, sir.
Then don't make such wild guesses. Okay. Now let us come to the civil engineering projects otherwise in the country. They have a main problem that finance is not available easily. Do you know the reason why? For
Sir-
instance, you have a highway construction project in which you engage a partner and you give him a 30-year concession. Financing is a big problem. Do you understand why?
Yes, sir. Because such projects have very long gestation period, and India is lacking banks that can finance for so long and in such a large amount, sir.
Banks don't have enough money to finance them.
So banks have the money, but in unforeseeable circumstances, it might lead to NPAs. That is why banks are very cautious in giving loans to construction projects.
You mean the banks are not able to manage the risk for 30 years? Is
Sir-
that the reason?
Sir, banks are cautious, especially after the 2008 economic crisis, where they similarly invested in the infrastructure project.
Are you guessing or are you
No,
aware?
sir, I'm aware, sir. So that is why merger of banks are taking place, so that India has bigger
no,
banks.
No. No, don't make such wild guesses.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Now let us move to a different topic. Have you heard of RTI?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, Right to Information, it was passed in 2005, Right to Information Act, sir.
Okay. Do you find it to be useful or not? What is your opinion?
Sir, it has been helpful in maintaining the accountability of the government, sir. It has been helpful.
How? I would say that many queries are raised which only waste the time of the various functionaries of the government.
Sir,
How is it helpful?
Sir, the accountability, maintaining, that is a duty of a government servant, sir. If the public wants to know where their money is spent or how the government functionaries are doing their projects or their work, it is their duty to give them necessary information, sir.
So they give the information, then what happens?
Sir, for whatsoever reason the information has been asked, sir, they are questioned in accordance to that, sir.
Okay. Now there is also a criticism that correct information is not provided or delayed unduly by the authority that has to provide the information. So what is the mechanism provided for in the RTI Act?
Sorry, sir, I do not recall the exact
You
mechanism.
are
sir.
not aware. Have you read the union budget?
Yes, sir, I read it, sir.
What are the salient features of the budget that impress you? Particularly concerning a civil engineer.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it, sir. Sorry, sir.
You are not able to recall any feature of the budget which has impressed you?
Sir, national investment pipeline has been there. That has been that would be used to construct, improve the infrastructure in India, sir.
Hmm.
So that is something I remember, sir. And apart from that, sir, disinvestment of PSUs was
Okay.
a feature, sir.
No, but something concerning your own sector.
Sir, sorry, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya, you come from Bihar.
Yes, sir.
Now, Bihar is the seat of some of the most glorious traditions of India. Are you aware of the history of Bihar?
Yes, sir. A little bit, sir.
You have read the history of Bihar?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me which have been the most powerful and some of the most influential empires in Bihar?
Sir, Magad Empire had a seat there.
Mhm.
Apart from that, sir, it was a part of Gupta Empire to the Bihar area,
Okay.
sir. Even in medieval times, sir, it was under Sher Shah Suri, who later came on to capture the Delhi,
What
sir.
about the Maurya Empire?
Yes, sir, sorry, sir, Mauryan Empire, sir.
Mhm.
Mauryan, sir, even during the Harsha period, Bihar was a part of his, but not the main seat, sir, but it was a part of his empire, sir.
Okay.
And sir, in medieval period, sir, Sher Shah Suri, and it was a part of Mughal, but not the main part, sir, because it was Bengal area.
Where was Vaishali located?
Sir, it is on this bank of Ganga river, sir.
But is it in the present day Bihar?
Yes, sir, Vaishali area is in Bihar, sir.
Present day Bihar. Where there were two most famous universities in BC era in India. Can you name them?
Sir, Nalanda University and Vikramshila University, sir.
Vikramshila.
Yes, sir.
Are you referring to Takshila
Takshila, sir.
or
Sir, Vikramshila, sir. Takshila was in Kabul, in
No, but
northwestern
that-
India, sir.
No. Where was Vikramshila?
Sir, Bhagalpur area, sir.
Bhagalpur area. I'm talking about the whole Indian region, not just Bihar.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Okay. Now, there is a project now going on about the Nalanda University. Can you tell me what the project is all about and what is happening there?
Sir, it is about renewing the project as making Nalanda as a hotspot of education again, sir, where foreign academicians and teachers are being invited to teach, so that the past glory, where it used to act as a center of education, and even for tuitions, private, that is being renewed, sir.
But how is it progressing, the project? Are you aware of it?
Sorry, sir, I am not
You are
aware
not
of recent
aware of it.
development, sir.
Okay. So Nalanda as a seat of learning, you had some of the most powerful empires, Mauryan, Magadha Empire. What has happened to Bihar these days? It's one of the poorest states in India now.
Yes.
What do you think went? And in addition to that, Nalanda was a very well-known university. Patna University was very well known. And today, where are the education standards in Bihar? So what happened? I want your views on that.
Sir, initially post-independence, sir, because of high level of poverty, because of excessive dependence on agriculture and the prevalence of zamindari system, the poverty increased so much that the focus on education slowly declined, because it was more about sustaining yourself than educating yourself. And certain policies further stopped the development, such as that policies that inhibited the development of industries in Bihar, such as freight equalization policies. And since there were no industries, there was no requirement for educated people there. So the importance of education slowly declined in Bihar, sir. But in the recent time, we have seen a renewed approach where students are provided free education, women are provided scholarship and free education, sir. And government has renewed its push towards developing many new colleges such as NIFT, AIMS, IIT Patna, NIT Patna.
All right. Now, are you interested in the foreign affairs, international relations?
Yes, sir.
The External Affairs Minister is in Tajikistan today. Do you know, have you read about it?
Yes, sir.
Why is that? Tell me.
Sir, there is a meeting of SCO foreign ministers, and at the same time there is another meeting of SCO dignitaries on Afghanistan. They are the two meetings that are lined up today, sir.
And how important is that SCO meeting from our point of view?
Sir, it is a very important meeting for our point of view. Sir, first of all, it would be a chance to talk to all the the SCO countries, Asian countries, regarding the situation in Afghanistan, and also, sir, to coordinate with Afghanistan dignitaries on the future of our course of action, sir. And even apart from that, sir, it is the place where we can interact with China and tell our grievances, sir.
We'll come to China in a bit, but what are our main concerns on Afghanistan?
Sir, the first is our concern is the what will happen to our investments and our infrastructure that we have supported there if Taliban comes to power. Secondly, sir, our fear is that it might start supporting local militia or terrorists, sir. That might be not good for India because it is very near to Kashmir, sir. And third, sir, the uncertainty of the policies that Taliban might take, or it might align with China or Pakistan. That is a concern, that uncertainty, sir.
So, what can India do about all this?
Sir, just as the ambassador to India from Afghanistan said, India should take a balanced approach and even talk to Taliban, provided they are ready to give up their violence. And India has always been a supporter of Afghan-led, Afghan-controlled peace talks. So India should always consider both the sides and take a balanced approach in. Because if Taliban comes to power tomorrow, sir, it will have to deal with it also.
In that process, where does SCO come in? I mean, I agree that India should talk to the different stakeholders in Afghanistan, but where does SCO come in that process? If India wants to talk to Taliban, they can talk to Taliban anywhere.
Sir, Afghanistan is an associate member in SCO, sir, and India is a member. And the whole mandate of SCO is to control terrorism, cross-border terrorism, and all border disputes, sir. So that is where a common platform can be attained for India to talk to Afghanistan, and in case of any dispute, to solve it through a multilateral system where through peer pressure building via other countries, it can help or take help of other countries, sir.
Okay. China. How does SCO help us in resolving our issues with China?
Sir, SCO was started by China and Russia, so it has a certain moral obligation to keep in line with the demands of SCO, sir. And it also provides us with a platform where we can tell our grievances to China. And sir, border disputes, all the negotiations that are happening on borders are via military channel. SCO provides us as a platform where foreign ministers can sit and talk about such disputes and make negotiations, sir.
So you think India and China can discuss the border dispute in the SCO?
Sir, on the sidelines of SCO, bilateral meetings are done to negotiate on such matters, sir.
All right. COVID controversy. Are you aware of what actually is the controversy about the virus, COVID virus?
Sir, there's two schools of thought. One says that it was manufactured in a lab. The other school says that it developed as a part of natural process.
What is your thought process on that?
Sir, without hard evidence, sir, I cannot comment on that, sir. I do not have enough knowledge, sir.
Okay, but you know that the first time the virus was actually detected, it was in Wuhan.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
So, anyway, okay, we will leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You said you started playing badminton.
Yes.
Is it? Who are the four Indian shuttlers who are going to the Olympics, and in which events will they be competing?
Sorry, sir, I do not know, sir. I know about PV Sindhu, but other three I do not know, sir.
Okay. As a student of geography, tell me, where is Haiti, which was in the news recently, and with which country does it share a border?
Sir, sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall the exact location, sir.
Okay. Now, with regard to vaccines, there's been a development in this new set of vaccines, especially when we talk of Moderna and Pfizer. What is that development? Can you explain the development?
Sir, Moderna and Pfizer uses the mRNA technique, that is messenger RNA technique, where against the other technologies, here RNA is used as to provide message to the to defense mechanism of the body to protect itself against the spike proteins of any virus, and that includes the coronavirus, sir.
Okay. What is the controversy with regard to electoral bonds, and what are the provisions with regard to electoral bonds?
So the provision regarding electoral bond is that no more cash donation. Political parties accepting donation would have to take electoral bonds that is only issued by SBI. And sir, the issue regarding is that opposition claims and some people claim that it would give an undue advantage to the ruling party because the banking sectors would be under them. And secondly, sir, the anonymity of the electoral bond defeats the purpose of the transparency in donation, sir.
Okay. Your mother is a CDPO.
Yes,
isn't
sir.
she? What are the basic rights of children, and from where do they originate?
Sir, one would be right to education, that is Article 21A, that fundamental right that they have, sir. That it has been granted legally too, sir, and the Right to Education Act, sir.
With which particular right is your mother associated?
Sir, the focus of Child Development Project Officer is multifaceted, from nutrition to early education of children, sir. Both education
But
and
it is
nutrition.
there in her title itself. What is it?
Child Development, sir. Child Development Project Officer.
What does CDPO stand for?
Sir, Child Development Project Officer.
Project Officer. Okay. So development is the
Yes, sir.
right which, apart from development, what are the other rights which children have? And I asked you, where does it flow from?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to.
Okay, no problems. Tell me what you understand by UBI.
UVI, sir.
UBI, yes, UBI.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
Okay. So my last question to you is, what is POCSO? What is the full form? What are some of the highlights of POCSO, and where was it in the news?
Sir, it is a law that has been promulgated to protect children from sexual assault and crime against them.
What
sir.
is the full form?
Sorry, sir, I do not
Okay.
recall the exact.
Can you tell me some of the highlights of this?
Sir, there have been amendments in the last year, sir, in the POCSO Act, sir, where the scope was increased, where if it is done during natural disaster or by a relative or by any officer of the government, the punishments has been increased in the
But
case.
that was already there, so the punishments have been increased from what to what?
So sorry, sir, I do not recall the exact.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Aditya, your interview is over. This is great for a few minutes. We'll call you for a few.
Thank you, sir.